I promised Alicia, one of the followers to this channel, that I would do a video about oneness. Now, back in 2007, early on in my near-death experience research, I would hear these people say things like, I realized when I was in heaven that we are all connected, that we're more connected than separate, that we're all one. Now, down here on planet Earth, we have the illusion of separateness, but it's just an illusion. Now, what does oneness mean? Well, God is a giant fractal that expresses itself in all of creation, and we are all parts of that fractal. Many of the masters of the planet that have come down here to teach us when trying to explain difficult esoteric concepts will use analogies. So I think that's what we'll do today, because it is very difficult to describe the super creation, to describe how can we be separate individuals but one. Well, the first analogy is a computer. On my computer, I have over 1,000 songs, and I have about 100 full-length movies, and then I have all sorts of documents, and I have my first book that I wrote, God Took My Clothes, and I'm working on a second one called The New World of Love, and that's all on my computer. These are all separate things. They are separate songs, separate movies. Even within the movie, there are individual characters with personalities, so they are, in a way, unique individual things. But when I turn the computer off, it's just a bunch of ones and zeros on the hard drive. But anytime I want, I can bring that information out, arrange it in a certain pattern, and I have this separate thing, this individual item on my computer. Even this video that you're seeing now is a bunch of ones and zeros arranged in a certain way, recreating me speaking to you from my room at 3 o'clock in the morning as I have insomnia. Another good analogy is a tree. What if you were a tree and you're conscious and you're aware of yourself, but you want to get to know yourself better? How could you do that? Well, what you could do is you could focus your consciousness into one tiny little leaf. And then from the perspective of that leaf, look back at the rest of the tree and see the trunk and the branches and all the other leaves. And that is what we are. We are all little expressions of God, and we are looking back at the rest of ourselves, at the rest of creation, and seeing it from a different perspective. Now, the final analogy I'll use is that of a good actor or actress. They play many different roles and characters, but it's all the same person. So really, when you are looking at another human being, you're looking at another part of yourself. That's why Jesus said, whenever you do this to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me. He wasn't talking about some gang protection thing, I take care of my own. You harm my brother, you're harming me. He was talking about the nature of reality and who we are. We are all part of the fractal of God. We are the many expressions of the one. We are the love of the infinite creator. We are the great I am. Don't ever forget your own magnificence.